All right, so we've got our chocolate layer on our Millionaire's bar. I spread it out a little bit more with a offset spatula, and you can see it's starting to dull a little bit, so that means it's setting. Now we can do the drizzle. So I have a little bag of white chocolate here that I melted. So the way I like to decorate my Millionaire's bar is just to do little swirls with the white chocolate. And the nice thing about that is it doesn't have to be beautiful. We're going to cut it into small pieces. This is a super easy way. So I'm not bothering with tempering the white chocolate for this decoration. It's not really a big deal for what we're doing here. And we want to do this right after we poured the dark chocolate on, because we want to cut our bars before the dark chocolate is completely set. So don't put it in the fridge and leave it, because it will be really hard to cut your chocolate. All right, so we've got kind of a messy swirl here, but that's fine, it looks good. And now I have some candy melts. So you can leave it just like this if you like, but I like to put some candy melts on just for color. And candy melts don't really taste very good. It's really just to add that color. So again, I have it in my piping bag. I melted it in the microwave, and I cut a tiny, tiny tip off the end of my piping bag, and I'm doing little swirls. Candy melts, they're made for melting, so they go on a little bit more smoothly. All right, I think this is good. Got lots of swirls on there. And then one other optional thing you can do is sprinkle a little bit of flaky sea salt over it. So do it while your melts are still wet. I love Malden sea salt. It's got these beautiful little pyramid shapes. Okay, let's put these away. Now we're going to cut our bars. And we're going to use the baking paper or the parchment paper as a sling to remove the bar from the tray. There we go, the whole thing comes out in one go. So the first thing we want to do is take the edges off. They're always a little messy. The part of it gets stuck onto the paper, and it's the chef's treat. This is what you get to snack on while everybody else has to wait until it's set. So just maybe 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch, however much you think is messy, just cut it right off there. The more you cut off, the more even your pieces are going to be, because you'll notice here, because we're at the edge, my dough sort of rose up a little on the side, so you don't see the caramel as much as you would. Okay, now we're going to get ready to cut the actual squares. So you can cut them whatever size you like. What I like to do, if I remember correctly, is 6 by 5. So this direction I'll cut 5 sections, and in this direction I'll cut 6, and that gives me little rectangles. You can also do it in a different shape if you want. Maybe today we'll make them a little bit more square. So I'll do 6 in this direction, 5 in that direction. That gives you 30 pieces. So what we want to do while the chocolate is still soft is cut through the chocolate layer. I wouldn't go all the way through just now, just make that little indent. This is how you cut your chocolate or your bars neatly. If you wait until it to go really hard and you try and cut through, your chocolate is going to snap all over the place. There we go. We've got a few bigger ones and a few smaller ones, but that's fine. All right, same procedure the other direction. So we're doing kind of more square. So I'm dividing this side in 5. So now what you can do is wait until your chocolate is completely set, especially if your caramel is a little bit runny. Mine's set nice and firm, so I think I'll be all right. But if you're worried about the caramel squeezing out, I would put it in the fridge for a bit and let it really chill. But my chocolate is getting fairly solid now. As we've been working, it's been setting. It's pretty cool in here. Let's see. Yeah, it comes off nice and cleanly. Looks beautiful. And now we're going to cut it in the other direction. So again, on the lines that you already scored, just put your knife in there, cut it at a higher angle, small cuts until you get to the end. There we go. You get a beautiful little Millionaire shortbread bar there. So do the same thing for the rest of your chocolate and you're golden.